I wasn't looking for anything fancy. I just needed a room. I had just started a new job after a pretty rough year. Long story short, I'd been laid off, burned through savings, and was couch surfing at a friend's place until I got back on my feet. I found the ad on Craigslist. It said, "Room for rent, quiet, responsible roommate wanted. Month-to-month lease. No pets. $550 per month. Must respect house rules." It was posted by someone named Martin, and the location was decent. Near the bus line, quiet neighborhood, and way under market price of the area. I emailed, got a quick reply, and met him the next day. Martin was odd, not in a dangerous way. Just quiet. Polite, overly so. Skinny guy, maybe mid-40s. Pale like he didn't get out much. He showed me the room. A decent size, clean furnished. And then handed me a printed list of house rules. I thought that was a little weird. But I needed the room. I signed the lease that night. Here's where things get strange. The rules were specific. Like, very specific. Here are just a few I remember. No visitors. Ever. Lock your door when you sleep. Do not enter the basement. If you hear knocking at your bedroom door after midnight, do not open it. If I'm not home by 10 p.m., leave the porch light on. Do not turn it off until morning. Do not speak to her. Never open the third drawer in the upstairs hallway. If I say something that seems off, ask me, "What's the date today?" If I don't answer correctly, go to your room and lock the door. I thought it was a joke at first, but Martin wasn't laughing. He watched me read them with this dead serious expression. "You okay with all that?" he asked. I should have said no, but like I said, I needed the room. So I nodded, told him it was fine. For the first week, everything was normal. Martin kept to himself. I kept to myself. We'd pass each other in the kitchen, exchange a few words. He was always in bed by 9:30, never made noise, always cleaned up after himself. Then came the night I forgot to lock my door. It was late. I'd been watching a show on my laptop, and I was half asleep when I finally shut it off. I turned off the light, slid under the covers, and drifted off. I woke up hours later. Not to sound, at least not at first. I just had that feeling you get when you're being watched. You know what I mean? Like your brain knows before your eyes do. I sat up in bed, and in the darkness, just barely visible in the ambient light from the window, I saw my bedroom door slowly closing. Not wide open, just closing. Like someone had been standing there, watching me. I got up and locked it. Didn't sleep the rest of the night. Next morning, I casually asked Martin if he'd come into my room by mistake. He didn't even look at me. Just said, "You didn't lock your door, did you?" I said no. He nodded, solemn, like that confirmed something. Then he looked me straight in the eye. Always lock your door. After that, I followed every rule. I didn't ask about the basement. I didn't touch the hallway drawer. I didn't question why the porch light had to stay on if he was out late, which, by the way, only happened once while I lived there. That night, he came back at 2 a.m. I remember because I was wide awake, staring at the porch light from my bedroom window. He walked up the steps slowly, like his legs didn't work right. His coat was soaked, even though it hadn't rained. His hands were bare, shaking slightly. When he unlocked the door and stepped inside, I swear I heard whispering. Not from him, from behind him. I didn't sleep at all that night. But none of that compares to what happened about 3 weeks in. It started with the smell. I woke up one morning to this awful metallic scent. Not quite blood, but close. Sharp, like rust and mold and something burned. I opened my door and followed it into the hallway. It was strongest near the stairs that led down to the basement. I knocked on Martin's door. No answer. I texted him. Waited. Still nothing. So, stupidly, I know I went down the stairs. The basement door was unlocked. I opened it. And immediately I knew I had made a mistake. The smell hit me like a wall. I gagged, covered my mouth. But I went down a few steps anyway, holding the railing. The basement was pitch black. No window, no light switch I could find. Then I heard breathing. Not from below, from behind me. I turned. Martin was standing at the top of the stairs, his face pale, his eyes wide. "Don't ever go down there," he whispered. He shut the door and locked it from the outside. Neither of us said anything for the rest of the day. That night, I found something in my room. A folded note under my pillow. I hadn't noticed it earlier. It wasn't mine. It said, "She lives beneath the house. Don't listen to her. She knows your name." No signature. No explanation. I wanted to leave. I really did. But I couldn't afford it. I didn't have anywhere to go, and Martin never hurt me. He was scared, not malicious. The next night was the worst. I woke up again to the sound of knocking. Not on the front door, not on the wall, on my bedroom door. Slow, deliberate, 3 knocks. I didn't move. I remembered the rule. If you hear knocking after midnight, do not open the door. So I stayed frozen, eyes open, listening. Then I heard her voice. Not Martin's, a woman's. Soft, gentle, almost kind. "Let me in," she said. "I'm cold." I didn't move. "Please," she said. "He locks me down there. I just want to talk." The doorknob jiggled. "I won't hurt you." I said nothing. And then pure silence. No footsteps. No sound of retreat. Just quiet. I must have passed out from sheer exhaustion, because I woke up to sunlight and birds chirping like nothing had happened. That morning, Martin was gone. His door was open. His stuff was gone. Kitchen empty. Bedroom stripped. It was like he had never lived there at all. And the basement door was wide open. I didn't go down. I left that day with a duffel bag and my backpack. Slept at the bus station for 2 nights before a friend let me crash on their couch. A week later, I went back. I had to. I'd left my birth certificate and some other documents in the closet. The landlord met me at the front step. He looked confused when I asked about Martin. "There's no Martin on the lease," he said. "That house has been empty since December." I said, "I live there." He pulled out a clipboard. Last tenant listed here was a woman, Abby Clark. Left mid-December. Broke the lease after 2 months. I asked if I could get into the unit. He agreed, reluctantly. We walked through the house. Everything was as I left it, except for Martin's room. Completely empty. No trace of anyone ever having stayed there. But when I opened my old closet, I found something taped to the back wall. Another note. It said, "You follow the rules. That's why you're still alive."